everyone, it's Alice, and today I'm going to try How to Train Your Gavin's Book Unhaul Challenge. So Gavin unhauled 100 books in a video a few months ago, and it was intense and hilarious, and I have too many books. Based off of the fact that I've just hauled another 20 and I'm barely reading anything, and we have extra bookcases and we're still running out of space, we're going to get rid of some books today and we're going to try and do 100. I have plans in 45 minutes and those plans are 15 minutes away. So we've got half an hour to unhaul as many books as we can. Let's go. Right. I'm starting off with the 8 books that I've got from the Zombie series by Darren Shan. So those are Zombie City, Baby, Underground, Bride, Angels, Fugitive, Clans and Zombie. Not in that order. These have gorgeous neon coloured spines. We don't have the whole series. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4 isn't here. Oh yeah, 4, 5, 8, 10 and 11. So we don't have all of them. If we had all of them, we would be unhauling all of them. I've read the first 3 with Sean and I hated all of them. We haven't carried on with the rest of them. Sean has said he might save the 4th one and give it a read without me and see whether he likes it more after a few months of not reading any, but these were trash. So all 8 of them going. We're off to a good start. Okay, this is where things get harder because that was basically all I'd prepped. I am going to unhaul some of Sean's books as well. Sean has decided that if he wants to save any of them, he's going to give himself like a month, and if he hasn't started any of them in a month, they're going anyway. So if I grab any of Sean's books, you can't judge me. We've discussed it beforehand. Oh my god, what was I thinking? The Impossible Life of Memory by Laurie Hill Sanderson. A really inspiring look at PTSD and the way that it can affect veterans, but not one that I would reread. 9. I would reread that, so that's not going. One Day by David Nichols, because Sophia ripped the front cover, so I did like this weird like artsy cutout. But I also have like the anniversary hardback edition still at my parents' house, so this one can go. 10. 11, The Rag Witch by Garth Nix. I read this, I think I gave it 3 stars. It was good enough, but I didn't love it. I mostly kept it so I could read it to the babies when they were older, but I don't want to reread it, and I would rather read books to them that I enjoyed. Controversial pick coming. Books 12, 13 and 14. The Divergent trilogy. I loved Divergent. I've loved Divergent every time I've reread it. I'm tempted to just keep this one book, but it's not worth it. I enjoyed Insurgent the first time I read it, didn't really like it the second time. I've hated Allegiant both times that I've read it. These are such gorgeous covers, and this was one of the first series that I remember, like literally I read this whole book in a night, and then I finished this one the next night, and that is like the quickest I've ever read anything. But it's not worth it because I won't reread them again. I was keeping them to pass on to the babies, but by the time they're young adults, there's going to be so many hundreds of series that are better than these. So they can go. I'm going to put these into piles of 10 so I know when I've done it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 14 so far. And we're 4 minutes in. That's good, that's good. 15. Solitaire by Alyce Oseman, another controversial choice, but I loved Radio Silence. I enjoyed Loveless. I thought I liked Solitaire at the time, but I'm not interested in rereading it. It also isn't the nicest of covers because there's the new like pastel editions, and if I was going to get them I would want them all to match. So I might get rid of this one and possibly consider repurchasing it in the pastel edition, but it's going for now. (16 and 17, 2 copies of All the Right Places, because Sean has the Zoella purple edition, and one of these is his and one of these is mine. But we read one of Jonathan Niven's other books together, Breathless. He didn't like it, I didn't like it. Neither of us are that interested in this one anymore, so there's no point in having 3 copies of it. We can just have the one. If we end up loving it, we can repurchase a blue copy if we need to have multiple copies of it, but I don't think it's going to be one of those books for us. 28, Everless by Sarah Holland. Love this whole book apart from the epilogue ruins it. The sequel was not good. It has red sprayed pages, so we've been keeping it for that reason, but it's just not good. We won't reread this again. I reread it before I reread Evermore, but Sean didn't enjoy it when we read it together, so it's going. '18, Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris. Read this, gave it 2.5 stars, wouldn't reread it. If we carry on with the rest of the True Blood series, we will be unhauling them as we go because this just wasn't great. So I wouldn't want to own the whole series knowing that I hate the first one. 19, Orbiting Jupiter by Gary D. Schmidt. I read this one back when we still lived in the flat before Sophia was born. Possibly before I was even pregnant with Sophia because it's like super duper short. I just grabbed it off the shelf while I was waiting for Sean to get home from work one day. Didn't like it. Like, it's impactful, but it's very, very sad, and it seems a bit kind of trauma porn. Like, unnecessarily so. Sean hasn't read it yet, so he'll probably end up saving this one. And it is the cool Zoella edition, where instead of, like, the planet, it's a heart. So I'm tempted, but I don't actually think that he will ever actually read this, because I've told him what it's about, and he didn't seem interested. Wait, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was actually number 20. Okay, so we're 20 in. That's good. That's a fifth of the way through. I'm already running out of steam. What was I thinking? Okay. Okay. 21. Ada. I was sent this by Anderson Press. Thank you, Anderson Press. I enjoyed it. It's about Ada Lovelace. It was interesting and informative, but I don't really like historical fiction and I wouldn't reread it. 22, Nowhere Else But Here by Rachel Cotton. This was sent to me by Ink Road, so thank you, Ink Road, for sending this to me. I read this just after I'd given birth to Sophia, and I was in a bit of a reading slump, and I forced my way through it because I needed to review it, and I was planning on rereading it to see if I would enjoy it more second time around. It was a really cute romance, but I don't read contemporary romances all that much. There are a lot that are very similar. I feel like I could read this book by a different author with different characters, but it would be similar enough, so I won't be rereading it. So even though I really liked it, it can go. What next? Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, I can. Eleanor and Park. Haven't read it yet. I've heard it's quite stereotypical about Korean people, and it's not the best. I've also just realised it's like dual perspective and it's in the same chapters, and that seems like that's going to be a bit too switchy swappy. I liked... What by Rainbow Rowell have I even actually liked? I liked Carry On, but then I didn't like the sequel. I didn't like Landline. I hated Attachments. I don't know why. I seem to... Oh, Fangirl. I loved Fangirl. Okay. I loved Fangirl. But I've had this for years. I still haven't picked it up, and you know what? I'll give myself until the end of the month. If I picked it up by then, I'll like see how I feel about it. But we're putting it in the pile for now. 23. 24, 25 and 26 will be the Legend series by Marie Lu, which is Champion, Prodigy and Legend. Fairy Loot have recently announced that they're doing a special edition set of this. I'm planning on purchasing those, so I can get rid of these paperbacks, buy those, read them. If I don't enjoy them when I eventually do read them, I can sell them on. But I haven't read them yet, and I've had them for ages, but I'll unhaul these because I know I'm definitely going to have other copies of them within a few months. 27, 28 and 29, The Winner's Curse series by Marie Rutkowski. Exactly the same story. Illumicrate have just announced that they're doing special editions of these. I'm definitely going to get them. I don't need to have paperbacks and fancy hardbacks. I have a feeling Sean will probably end up saving these ones because he doesn't really like the designs on the Illumicrate hardcovers, and I know he likes the designs on these paperbacks, so if he wants these, he is more than welcome to keep them, but I am officially unhauling them just so that I don't have 2 copies. But we can have 2 copies between us if he would like. Being brave. Even though I love those covers, I'm being brave because we need more shelf space. And another set that Sean's definitely going to save, but I'm getting rid of them. I'm finally doing it. Book books 1 through 5 of the Maze Runner series by James Dashner, which are The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials, The Death Cure, The Kill Order, and The Fever Code. James Dashner is an asshole. I don't want him in my house. I haven't read these books. I've been interested in them and I've kept being like, well, maybe I'll read them even though I think he's a terrible person. I won't. Off you go. So that's 34. This increased dramatically fast. The more you do, the easier it gets. Right, I can already see 35. 35 is my unannotated copy of Four Major Plays by Henrik Ibsen. I studied this in sixth form and at university, and I have my annotated copy that has all my memories and my notes in it. I'll keep that. I'll get rid of this one. 8 Pieces of Silver by Patrice Lawrence. I won a copy of this. I dropped this one in the mud. So I have a brand new copy, and this one is muddy, so this one can go. 36. Cool. 37, Here Be Wizards by Sarah Musi. I liked the second book in the series. I didn't really like the first one. I was surprised by the way that this ended, but I won't reread it. But thank you to Shrine Bell for sending this to me, and check out my reviews of all of those over on my blog because this series deserves more love. It's really fun. It's like based in Welsh mythology and it's interesting, but I just won't reread it. 37. Come on. Ooh, no. I'm not doing that to myself. I was like, Cassandra Clare? No. A Snowfall of Silver by Laura Wood. For the same reason as 8 Pieces of Silver, I have a second copy of this. I won the entire way book prize after I'd already bought and reviewed them all. So this one, because I've managed to bash up the back somehow and also rubbed off some of the silver on the cover, can be the one that goes. It's 38. Oh. Right, we're going to start touching the fancy schmances. 39, Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I love this Owl Crate edition. It's signed, it's like fancy schmancy. Let them fear her. But I didn't really like the book, and I don't really like Emily A. Duncan as a person. I'm not planning on carrying on with the rest of this series anymore. Bye-bye. Oh, shit. 39. Okay. Oh. Do I get intensely controversial? Yes. Taking us up to 43, we have the Folk of the Air series. So we've got The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, and another copy of The Queen of Nothing that is the Waterstones exclusive. These are the Owl Crate Fancy Schmancy editions. I hated the second one, I hated the third one. I loved the first one, and then I reread it and I thought it was pretty shit. So, goodbye. Also, they're worth some $1, so I can sell those on and then fund my book buying habit. So those ones will end up filling the shelves by themselves. So that's 43. Oh my god. 44. The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White. I didn't like this. I've read the sequel and I didn't like that either. This isn't a series that is going to be redeemed for me, and it's not a series I'm going to end up buying the second one of, so I no longer need to own the first one. Right, another one of Sean's books, Finding My Virginity by Richard Branson. He's had this since we got together. He's never read it. He is like, I don't even really like Richard Branson that much. I just think it'll be interesting. You won't find this interesting, Sean. It's too long. We're getting rid of it. 45. I can't unhaul that copy of Narconomics because he has another one that's in worse condition. But if I could find that, that would be gone. What am I not interested in anymore? Teardrop by Lauren Kate, and if it was here and not at my parents' house, I would also be getting rid of the sequel to this one. I kept this because it is signed because I won a competition, but I'm just not really interested in it. I never finished the Fallen series. I read the first two and I loved them, but I feel like they had their place and time, and I'm not going to love them now, considering I'm 25, if I didn't actually even finish the series when I was 16, because I didn't love them enough. So, might actually unhaul Fallen next time I'm with my parents as well, but we'll get rid of Teardrop for now. So that's 46. Oh my god, where to go next? Sean might end up reading the Zoella books, so we're going to keep the Zoella books for now. I don't think he will, but if we do another one of these videos, I'll get rid of those then. Maybe we'll just go to 50, because this is getting really freaking hard. Oh, I'm not even going to be able to reach that one because it's right on the top shelf. I'm going to try. If I die, I die. The Incendiaries by R.O. Kwong. I read this as part of a blog tour. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't reread it because I can't really remember anything about it. But it is teeny tiny short and it has a really cute cover. So somebody else will end up getting joy from this one. 47. So if I can get another 3, we've hit 50. Which is still good, right? That's still good. We'll get another 3. We will get another 3, because this is about to get controversial again. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bam, bam. 48 is... Oh, I'm knocking everything everywhere. The Dark Vault by Victoria Schwab. I liked both of the books in this collection, but I don't think that she's ever really going to release the 3rd book in the series, and I didn't love them enough to reread them. I loved the first one enough to reread it again, but I didn't love it as much the second time around. Didn't really like the second one, so... Even though the Dark Vault is absolutely gorgeous, and I was so happy to get this copy for like a couple of pounds on eBay, she's going. So I've got 2 to go. Crikey. 2 to go, 2 to go. What am I going to do with 2 to go? Give me a second. Can we get that one out? You know how I needed 2? Well, I came back with a few more than 2. So, we've got Crush by Eve Ainsworth. I tried to unhaul this before, but because it's a proof I kept it. There's no point in keeping it just because it's an advanced copy when I didn't really love the story that much. 49. Then we've got 50. Ooh, controversial one here, but it's An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, and it's my signed copy, which... I can't just keep it because it's signed if I didn't like the story. I might reread this one with Sean and see whether he likes it enough to keep it, but it was just about a guy who like always dated a girl called Catherine, and it was really like samey, and I thought it had some really negative stereotypes in it. So it can go. 50. Cool. Anna Day's The Half Fandom. This is, sadly enough, signed and personalised. Alyce, spelled differently from Alice the Slag Bag. Love Anna Day. But also, like, that's just so problematic. There's a lot of slut shaming in this book. There's a lot of, like, negative language about women. The sequel is just absolute trash. So, even though this one's signed and personalised, she can go. There's no point in keeping hold of it if it makes me that grumpy just reading the dedication. We've got Vassar in the Night by Sarah Porter. This came from an Owl Crate box. I don't really know anything about it. It's probably signed. Yeah, it's got a signed book plate. And I think it's got... I thought I had something under the dust jacket, but it doesn't. It might not even have anything like special about it other than the book plate. But I've heard bad things about one of Sarah Porter's other novels because it's like really incestuous, like creepily incestuous, and I don't really want to support that. And this is like super duper short, so I might read some reviews before I actually get rid of it. But I can't see me reading it if I've had it for this many years and I haven't picked it up. Another controversial one, Angel Mage by Garth Nix. I've already got rid of one Garth Nix book. I'm not really interested in this one. I don't know anything about it. Illumicrate featured it. It's signed. It has sprayed pages. Illumicrate seem to really like Garth Nix. Lots of people seem to really like Garth Nix. I don't really get the hype. Again, I might read some reviews of this one and see if it's worth it. But I think if I'd heard lots of hype about it, it would be worth it. And I haven't heard any hype about it. And it's been out for well over a year. So with how big it is and how uninterested I am, goodbye. We've then got 4 Dead Queens by Astrid Schult. I don't really know what this is about. It's got deckled edges, which I used to think I liked and now just really annoy my fingertips. It's an Owl Crate edition. It's signed, I think. Let me have a look. I can't have a look because of the bloody deckled edges. Oh my god, why are you like this? There we go, it is signed, but I don't know anything about it. I've got a feeling it's got a sequel and Owl Crate didn't bother doing the sequel. I don't think it ever got published in the UK, so I wouldn't be able to get hold of the sequel easily. 1 Big Lie, 2 Forbidden Romances, 3 Days to Catch a Killer, 4 Dead Queens. It sounds pretty samey. We've also got Everland by Wendy Spinale. I don't really like steampunk stuff. I don't really like Peter Pan retellings. I should have got rid of this one ages and ages ago, but I just kept it because it was signed. I'm probably never going to read it, let's be honest. Is this even signed? This isn't even signed. It's just an Owl Crate book. Oh, it's got Everland stamped on the hardback. What? This is a really early Owl Crate book, to be fair. I mean, I might have a signed book plate for it somewhere and I just don't know what it belongs to. But yeah, off she goes. So we're on 55 now. 56, Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. My mum got me this signed hardback. I was interested in reading it. Jamie Maguire seems like a massive Republican, Trump supporter, and I think that people should be allowed to have differences of opinion and different political views, but I'm also allowed to not support those political views because they disagree with my political views. So off she goes. I will unhaul the rest of that series when I'm at my parents' house. And we've also got The Girl and the Stars by Mark Lawrence, Black Sprayed Edges, Illuma Crate signed edition. I thought it was really, really sick that they were working with Mark Lawrence, and then he was a bit kind of weird with Victoria Schwab, and I don't really like that. I'm not going to buy the sequel to this because I don't want to support him as an author. I know I only bought Holy Sister a couple of weeks ago, but I already had the first 2 books in that series, and I'd got them both for free. So the fact that I bought the third one from a charity shop, I think that's all right. If I try the first one and I don't like it, then that's okay. But I'm not going to buy the rest of the series. I will just get rid of this one. Read the Red Sister series instead because a friend has recommended it. Possibly reconsider, probably not. That's 57. And I've still got like 7 minutes until I have to leave. So we'll try and get to... Oh, I don't know. No. We're going to leave it there because I can't do 100 because most of the books that I'm talking about unhauling are at my parents' house. So if I then film like a part 2 of this when I'm at my parents' house, we'll probably have unhauled over 100 between the 2 videos. And no, I'm doing it. We're getting to 60 at least. Oh my god, I'm so indecisive. Oh my god, how am I supposed to reach these right on here? Right, okay, there's 2 up there that I can't physically reach because I'm too short, so I'll get those on another day. This one can go because I hated it. And that's Invisibility by David Levithan and Andrea Kramer. I didn't really think much of it. Mum bought it me for my Christmas present because it was a signed copy. I don't want it anymore. I'm sorry, Mum. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Can I get rid of another 2? Let's do it. Let's get rid of another 2. Let's call it 60. Oh my god. But can I though? Yes, I can. Because... Bam, 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 bam. And we'll leave it here because this is another 2. We're getting rid of Forest of Souls by Laurie M. Lee. This is a Fairy Loot exclusive edition. It is signed, but Fairy Loot didn't do the sequel. I've got no interest in having a non-matching series. If I want to read this one, I can read it online, probably on the library app. I'll have a see and see, but I don't really know anything about it and it doesn't interest me, so blah. Bye. And The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid, which is, I believe, has a signed book print that's like really, really smudgy, which always annoys me. And I've got another copy of this with like a black cover with the butterfly. I don't know how I ended up with 2 covers. Maybe one of them was a book box book, maybe one of them was a gift. But I don't need 2 copies. I haven't got the rest of the series anyway, so I might even unhaul the other one. But yeah, I don't need a like blimmin' really, really smudgy book plate. That's not attractive. So that's 60 books. Gavin, I have not managed to defeat your challenge. I can't do 100 books, but look out for the second part of this video coming later in this month because we are going to go to my parents' house and I am going to unhaul some books for you. I probably won't unhaul them at my parents' house. I'll probably bring them back and then film it in a couple of days. But if I can get 40 in that, I'm counting that as a challenge well met because there's books there that I'm mentioning that I'm going to get rid of and it might add up to 40. So we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this spontaneous unhaul that has resulted in me getting rid of more than I thought I was going to be able to, but it was also a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god. It's probably because we've like got most of the books that we're really interested in down here and like the books that we're not that interested in are upstairs. If I just tried to unhaul from upstairs, I could probably do 100 really easily, but we've set up down here. We've done it down here. It's fine. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you'd like to subscribe, we'd be super duper grateful. We're posting a new video every single day in December because it is Bookmas. So check back tomorrow for another video, possibly less chaotic than this one, probably getting rid of less books than I have here, but we'll find out together. Thank you for watching. Bye! Another 2.